Yeah. Lion is something else that they've shown a little bit of flex with. Mind Games, they go for the Wraith King, so they've only won one game so far. Not series or anything like that, one game in the entire DPC so far, and it hasn't been with the Wraith King, it was with the Luna, but that of course was banned out by PuckChamp doing a little bit more of that research, so the Razor still becomes a bit more of a possibility now for PuckChamp, right? Like, it's going to be good against the Wraith King. Even against the Enchantress, it seems pretty damn solid. You just get the static link onto her. If you want to survive for a little bit longer, it means that you don't actually kill her during the first couple of seconds of the static link, and you actually have good damage for the later stages of the team fight.
Yeah, this Eng pick also blocks PuckChamp's ability to pick Beastmaster. The lane is so impossibly hard for him because you take his boar. So if they were hoping to put Quap mid and run some faster tempo with that hero, that's out the window now. They might want to just pick their... I don't think they don't show their offlane on Mind Games, so maybe you don't want to show your carry here for PuckChamp and leave that till last. So now they can maybe reveal whether Queen of Pain's going to be mid or offlane by picking either a hero for one of those roles.
Opposite one.
Yeah.
I feel like it wouldn't be the worst thing to pick Krylet's hero now. I think it's...
It wouldn't.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly viable. You know what... I mean, you're most likely to be going up against something with an IO tethered together to make you really strong. So, you know, something that's a little bit more sustainable, something that is fine with trading farm as opposed to going for kills might be the better option.
Also looking for a later game scaling.
But neither of these teams like to do that as well, right? We have to take that into consideration. I mean, this could still be an offlane Spirit Breaker, right? Where
for sure, yeah.
He's able to deal a lot of that damage to the likes of the IO. You can just, through your charge, do a ton of damage to an Enchantress, not have to worry about the Untouchable once it gets later on, so you're not even using a lot of your big magic damage abilities. And, well, here we go.
We talked about him. You sold me. Sold me on him. And he is going to be coming out.
Alright, something a little different.
Yeah, I've seen him a lot against Wraith King. I think like Wraith King PL are the two most biggest carries that I keep seeing Underlord get picked against. Wraith King is like a quite annoying carry to deal with in lane as a off lane, because if you don't have like wave clear of any kind, then the skeleton's like very annoying. Underlord provides a way to deal with them. He makes Wraith King just like less oppressive in lane with his physical damage. Same with Eng, who's pretty much entirely.
Is it also the same thing? Because the IO, the note that you made before, the IO being grouped with someone else really helps you put of Malice.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it saves a little bit there as well. 2 strength heroes that you're up against, some more magic damage, never a bad thing. They do need to address their physical damage. I mean, Underlord's okay at taking towers if you're able to win a team fight with all of that extra damage through the atrophy, but... I mean, I still feel like they're a little bit lacking in that regard. You know, Queen of Pain doesn't do the greatest job, Spirit Breaker doesn't, so... We'll see how they're looking around this out on PuckChamp. It's not going to be with the Terrorblade, not going to be with the Razor either.
Honestly, they're kind of lacking a lot in terms of like team fight, Roshan ability, tower taking, like you said.
Good pick off and decent area control and stuns, but not.
They have really good pick off. Like the name of their game is going to be Lion setting up and finding someone. Like his blink is going to be a massive timing for PuckChamp, and then the ability to connect with Queen of Pain and Spirit Breaker is very important. Mind Games honestly have like I would have usually when teams pick IO they pair it with something that does basically what PuckChamp are doing, either like a Storm Spirit that can zip in. Sometimes they get a support with like a setup like a Lion or a like a Bane, something that finds heroes for you, and then you reload in. That's what Mars is going to achieve.
I'm surprised Mars even made it all the way to last pick without either being picked up or banned beforehand.
Pretty surprising, to be honest. I mean, that was the big thing that they were lacking, right? This team fight area control on Mind Games. So he's going to provide that. He's going to provide you a good lane. You know, it doesn't even make the life super easy. Phantom Lance is okay against the Mars in the laning stage, but...
No, his lane is going to be really hard. His lane's going to be really, really hard for PL.
It's okay.
No, it sucks, bro. I've seen this in previous pro games. When you have Mars plus IO, PL can't lane. I mean, he can somewhat, but it's really hard.
I didn't consider the IO.
Yeah, it's a really hard lane.
Yeah.
Do you think then that the PL is enough to pull PuckChamp in to the mid to late game and give them a win, or are you more on the side of Mind Games with their Mars, IO?
I think Young G just kind of has to do a lot this game. It shouldn't. It's not the worst. Like he'll just need like help from his supports on FN, because FN can feed a lot. FN is a really good player, and if FN is given like a free game and isn't pressured, I think he can easily take away the game from Mind Games. Yeah, I think it's definitely on the 2 mids basically.
It's on the 2 mids, but it's also around this timing of like is Underlord going to be able to delay long enough to allow the Phantom Lancer to hit like the later game if he opts to go down that, right? Like you can go early on, Blink Dagger online, Diffusal Blade +1 item for the Phantom Lancer, very strong timing. And then later on, of course, if you're able to stay a few levels ahead of the Wraith King, that's very good as well. But if 7 Jessu hits up onto level 20 and gets that 25% cleave, then it starts to swing back in Mind Game's favor. So it's really going to be like a roller coaster of timings throughout this entire game.
I am looking forward to seeing how close this game is going to be in this series, but we're going to head over to Lyrical and Fear, who'll bring you all the action.
Thank you so much, Marana and company. I didn't realize that we were getting the cosplay started early this morning. Fear, how you doing? We got PuckChamp facing off against Mind Games today.
I'm doing great, you know. Another early morning with some great Dota to cast. The only thing I'll wake up early for.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, I remember, you know, sort of go back in college days, waking up for esports, and it's the only thing that could get me out of bed before like 10 o'clock or whatever. But regardless, we're still going to keep doing that all the way into our old age, collectively.
Looks like it.
Definitely. I feel very also like insecure with our lack of sort of swords and other stuff. The panel had it rocking, but we do already have the game ready to hop into it right now, so we can take us off camera and head into it at the moment. The drafts were kind of interesting. You were talking to me a little bit while we were listening in on the panel that you felt like there's some strengths of the Mind Games draft, but you liked the PL pick.
PL has a free game if he gets farmed. His laning stage is pretty weak in general, especially versus the IO Mars. I really liked how they picked up that Mars there to round up their lineup on Mind Games. They needed that kind of like hero that isn't so greedy, because Lina takes up a lot of farm, and Wraith King's going to take up a lot of farm too. And they needed some team fight as well. So that is like all eyes on me for this Mars IO lane and how well they perform. If PL just like survives and gets his farm, I really think Mind Games will be on a bit of a clock here versus PL.
Always a dangerous proposition facing off against those PLs that we've seen take over games, just get the 1 or 2 items into the heart, and then it's all downhill from there. But yeah, we'll see how they do with it. Already Kralat hanging out down the bottom side. The two teams squaring off against each other from across the river. And I'm a little bit interested too, because I feel like Wraith King has been in a weird place right now where oftentimes he's like, all right, we'll just get a Wraith King, you know, we'll get it and it should be fine. I want to see how well 7 Jessu is able to play on this guy as trade-off of runes, 2 apiece.
Yeah, so I don't think it's only just the peel that's the problem for this Wraith King this game. If you look at the peel, what does he have to worry about in this game? Like getting hit by a spear or something to die, or maybe invis Lina? Other than that, like, those are pretty hard to execute things. They picked the peel in response to those problems, where the Wraith King, he has to deal with the peel and the Underlord, and at some point the Lion too, with the mana drain, right? So he's got a lot of threats this game, and I think it's a really hard Wraith King game. So there's going to be a lot of weight, I think, on Lina to be more of the main carry in this game.
Which is, I'm sure, a role that FN is very confident with and has been in that position many times in his career. So at least a comfortable place for to him to be at, if nothing else, facing off against Young G. If I'm not mistaken, Young G got his name from, you know, wanting to be the new G, who's fallen off the face of the earth a little bit. But FN, I think an old teammate of his a couple times too, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like that's right, isn't it?
Of Young G or G?
Of G. of old G.
I see. I wouldn't be surprised. They've both been around for a while, so not entirely sure of like the background on that.
Right. Well, up top there was a little bit of a go onto Astral, that Lion taking a lot of damage, but salves up and gets away. And in the meantime, you can see down bottom here, Ducalis just doing everything that he can to try and keep a little bit of, you know, extra pressure onto Bignum and Pedushara and not give up that XP for free, since Kralat's basically gotten a full half wave or so down here bottom. It's pretty good.
He's got 2 CS though.
That's not great. Yeah, that's the rough part.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of hard laning stage because they opted to put the Spirit Breaker. So they're just like playing to lose bottom lane. Just he's gonna get what he can on Kralat and then head to the jungle. And they really want to just secure their Underlord having a good game because they picked this Underlord to counter the Wraith King.
Yeah. Oh man. saw all of the lanes right now definitely going into the favor of Mind Games. There was FN that brought down Young G relatively low. We'll get access to that bottle now afterwards. They'll charge through down bottom. Again, trying to keep a bit of pressure onto Petushara and making sure that at least these couple of CS Krlat can get somewhat untouched. But it's still, as you mentioned, a bit of a battle down here constantly.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough one. There's no kill threat pretty much ever from the side of PuckChamp. They're just here to survive and get some CS. They're planning on losing this lane. But the problem for them this game is I don't think mid is supposed to go this bad. I always found FN to be Mind Game's like star player, but he's like really overperforming right now. This mid lane is going really well. So even if the Spirit Breaker rotates out of the lane, if they're too far behind on this Quap, they might not be able to find kills on this Lina with the delayed level 6.
Gotta be careful. A couple more punches coming in. Young G again forced to blink back, pops the salve, and is going to head on over to pick up a bounty rune and try and catch back up. I mean, at the very least, there's a stack here of the small camp. This has sort of been like the lifeline that some of these mid laners have gone for eventually. But it's not going to be easy, and actually gets caught by another stun there. FN just quick on the mark. 21-9 versus 11-1. Yeah, he's getting the business.
Yeah, you don't see that very often from the mid lane nowadays. So this is very rare, and I miss like the mid lane stomps. You know, like
Yeah.
I enjoy those. I like enjoy seeing like a skill gap between players, which you don't get to see very often. Just how mid is structured right now with the water runes. But Lina is one of those heroes that can still, you know, give the business, as you would say. Oh, there we go, the charge on mid lane.
Oh my god, this can't happen though, not like this. FN ends up being first blood. Oh, he's gonna be pissed. Oh no.
Yeah, both supports are securing the water runes here. This is just gonna be Krlat's life on the PL. They're gonna sack him and they're gonna focus all their attention on this Lina. And it was even earlier than I expected. So like these 4-minute water rune rotations, it's great. Like you're gonna lose bottom lane regardless. You're gonna deal with it. This Breaker can't help you. So the most impact he can have on Breaker is just ganking mid.
Jeez. And you know what's crazy about this is that as FN comes back into the lane, even after missing a whole wave, he's still even with Young G. So just a testament to how far ahead he was. But of course, getting some help from his team, Young G, pulls himself back into this one a little bit as we just keep on seeing that constant pressure down bottom. But PL, you know, he's low on net worth, but he's not dying at the very least and getting these levels.
Yeah, Peach just looking to get 6, and he's going to do what's best for his game at that point, which most likely will be to get out of the lane and give it to Breaker to soak it up. Or they might just ditch it entirely. They're going to put some pressure down here on bottom lane, though. Alright, they just used their spells, no kill threat there. I'd like to see PuckChamp continue to bully this Lina. I don't see this enough. Like, it's kind of like when you see a Shadow Fiend in the game, and the Shadow Fiend or Tinkers, they get ganked a whole bunch because people have the mindset to do so. You don't see that as much with Lina, but it's just as viable as a strat. She has no defensive tools other than her stun. But if you just keep ganking her, she's very vulnerable and very squishy. And they're going to attempt it here. Oh, he canceled the charge.
Yeah, I imagine if that creep wave was maybe a little bit further forward or something, they could have gone for that, but not opting for it. And drops down a ward, too. So FN recognizing the danger could be coming. Feels like PuckChamp might have missed their window, at least from the south. And
yeah, we've been talking about how Krlat's been struggling, but Wraith King's not doing so hot either. So carries are a bit on equal footing here.
Oh! What a play! Sonic Wave on the other side, though. Gets the kill onto Slayer, so both supports dying over the rune battle. And in the end, I think that Young G got that one? Who was it that got the rune? I think it was either denied.
Oh, no, they got it on Viz on Young G. He used it, though. So that means no rotations are going to come out from the squap. It's not bad at all to just like have your level 3 Inch tank a Sonic Wave, right? That makes me, if I was playing carry, feel very secure. That I'm not going to get ganked by the, you know, the enemy mid laner.
And is there like one of these teams that you feel like is more happy with a lack of rotations early on? A team that's maybe cooler with that?
PL for sure will be happy, but Lina's not a hero that generally rotates, right? So if Quap isn't rotating, I think that's going to be better for Mind Games.
Okay. I guess that's sort of the thing I'm wondering is like pace of the game. It definitely feels like it's more about Mind Games getting online quickly and making things happen, but likewise, you know, wanting to deny out the farm of PL whenever possible. And well, PuckChamp, they're gonna already try and make a bit of a move up top, as you can see Malik pulling the creep wave back behind and putting some pressure onto that tier 1. Not gonna be able to do a ton towards it, since obviously the Slayer creep is gonna be nearby with Enchantress, and well, also it's just, you know, Wraith King. How you gonna dive this guy and try and go for a kill? He's almost got armlet.
Yeah, you have no Sonic Wave. He's level 6 now. There's not much you can do. I mean, I love this. I was debating, like, why pick Underlord over Tide? And
right,
these Eastern European teams, like, this Underlord has an armlet. Like, I've seen it before. They go Sage and Yasha. They build their Underlords. It's like a carry. There's Arcane
That's
Rune
sick.
for the Quab.
Ooh, dodge. Looking for it. Stun afterwards, though, and then the charge coming through. But the heal, trying to heal him back up. Slayer not able to do it in time. Gives the tip to FN from the other side of the map, and Slayer now going to try and TP out, but no such luck with the bash. Another stomp, though, afterwards. Actually, Young G taking a lot of damage, but gets the blink away before they can punish. So they take down 2, and also PuckChamp were able to claim that top tier 1 tower at the same time.
And Mars used Arena bottom lane on the PL, didn't get a kill.
Yikes.
So he's gonna feel a little bit safer here until it respawns on Krillot. Yeah, I mean, Lina missed her stun there, and as soon as they noticed that, they were just like, they just went, right? Like, oh, Lina's stunned down, there's no threat here. They went, and they ended up getting the return kill with the Sonic Wave on the Lina. So that was really, really good for PuckChamp.
I do like what you're talking about there. There's sort of the differentiation between like Eastern Europe and other regions. I've been watching a little bit of South America recently. They've been picking Tide a lot, and it feels like this idea, I guess, of just having that like atrophy aura, you know, the potential for the root later on is super annoying, even though he doesn't have it skilled right now. But you kind of like the right click build a little bit, or do you think that it's weird? I don't know. Maybe it can be both. Maybe you can like it and it can be weird.
I think there's 2 styles, right? So the first one is you have to be more utility for your team, and you are lacking some disables, and you need to go for this like Atos support style, right? But they have the Breaker and Lion, which are like 2 hard lockdown supports, probably the hardest lockdown supports in the game, right? So he realizes he has the freedom to go for more damage, because they're going to be lacking a little bit of damage, because PL's not really going to be joining the fights. So Lion and Breaker are going to stun him, and this Underlord is going to start trucking them with this max aura and an armlet. He's going to start hitting hard. And he's actually going to go for the Atos a little bit later, which is fine, but he's just going for that one item to like give him some more survivability and a bit more damage. He's a little more on the greedy side, but he can pull it off this game, and I like the adaptation.
And I guess in drafting, having that flexibility is also really nice. I can imagine that you could, I mean, they took it at the end of the second phase in this game, but I could imagine picking it up earlier and then, you know, allowing yourself the freedom to have a little bit of flexibility with what you want to do with the supports. Meanwhile, though, down bottom, FN is trying to get the rotation over. Ducalis running away and actually able to escape from that one. So they will still claim this tower, most likely. But
Wait, I don't think they should give this up.
No? Okay. Alec, he's in the area. Doesn't have any points in the pit. And actually, yeah they're going to retreat.
It's just really, they were really slow on PuckChamp. Maybe it's like some, you know, a holiday, getting back into a type of vibes here, but there's no way they should be giving this bot tower when they have, unless they're sacking it to take mid tower, they should definitely like be looking to defend this when they're ahead on map control.
Okay. That is what they were doing. They are putting a little bit of counter pressure right now on towards mid, but they're going to drop the arena, kill off Ducalis. And still Malik holding on to this tower. I guess without arena now, it's pretty hard for them to make any punish happen. And still mid, they're keeping alive this catapult. It's doing a ton of damage. The little doppelganger, the illusion's tanking through it. And they won't fully take down that tower. But now rotation's bottom.
Yeah, that was super good for PuckChamp. That death makes Underlord feel really secure to defend that tower. Smoke bottom.
Looking for it. Charge onto Petashara. Got him caught. Bignum Does have relocate, but no such luck. Can't get it off. And, well, with the Finger of Death coming out, that's 2 dead pretty quick. And Slayer shows up. Will now back away with the rest of PuckChamp. But, yeah, keeping that tower alive and look mid again. There's Kralat. Not in the fights, but pushing the tower.
Yeah, it's a pretty like standard when you take the enemy tier 1 first, because PuckChamp has had that top tier 1 for a long time, right? And that gives you a lot of freedom to defend your safe lane or take mid. And you know, on Mind Games they just didn't respect the fact that no one was showing top from PuckChamp for the longest time, and they made a quick smoke to bottom lane. They're just playing clean here. Now they might think about sacking this because they just use their ultimates.
Right.
If they don't see him on the map. So Malik now needs to have the presence of mind that it is dangerous.
Oh, yeah, and unfortunately level 9 with no ulti means that they're going to find that kill. So they bring down the Underlord. With all that rotation down bottom and the glyph used, PuckChamp are going to try and do that play you're talking about of swapping and taking mid. Only level 1 on the mana drain, so it's not going to be enough to stop an ulti if they decide to level that up. And relocate coming in on the other side? Not in the right angle. So Mind Games, they get the tier 1 tower bottom. Can they claim mid? Seems pretty tough.
I'm just gonna do some damage to it. Yeah. Like, they really have to rely a lot on this Mars, as we talked about in the draft. Like, you're gonna relocate in, but your only stun is pretty much Mars, right?
Yeah.
So, like, unless Mars is there, these relocates might just look really awkward. And Mars is going for the Yules here because he wants to be able to catch PL, right, and Quap, so... Oh, Slayer in the jungle.
Yeah, he's going to get caught. And will get brought down after the tier 1 tower. So yeah, map control very heavily into the favor of PuckChamp right now after taking that mid tier 1. And I don't know, we'll see how this goes. Right now, the Relic is being queued up by 7Jesu, trying to get into the Radiance. Which, you know, against PL kind of makes sense.
Yep, you definitely have a timing for a PL. First PL is the Wraith King, but it's like a 20 to 25 minute timing, honestly, around 30 minutes. Once he gets the heart, the Radiance doesn't do anything anymore. They are up 1k gold right now on Mind Games. So I know I've been talking a lot about how PuckChamp and how everything's going well for them, but it's basically just off the back of this Lina having such a good game. And I feel like at any moment, this Lina could die, and this game will like fall flat on its face. So really up to FN to like continue this snowball, not die, get his BKB, and once there will be a timing in this game where they have to, you know, put some pressure on and have to stop this PL from farming or get significant map control, get some Roshans.
And in that moment, we'll see if they can just hit all of their item timings together, trying to queue towards this next BKB also for Mars after finishing off the Yules. Wraith King. He's still farming, you know, relatively well. We take a look and all of the top cores are enabled, and, you know, it is just sort of like that thing that you're talking about, I'm hearing, which is sort of an impending sense of doom, which is the PL, unless they can keep on queuing together these kills, and this is really good here. Malik in the jungle, although, well, Armlet toggling, trying to live through it. Alec is gonna live! Oh, no! Damn. All right, Armlet's the new sickness. That was awesome.
That's a really good item. Just gave him effectively, like, I don't know, like 1,000 extra HP there through toggling.
Jeez. Big num. Going
I mean, each
to,
toggle's like 500 HP, right? So he did it twice.
Yeah.
Made him really tanky.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that combined together with the hood also, since so much of the damage that's coming in is magical, it's like, it's pretty nuts. Huh. I'm gonna have to try this, man. This looks cool.
Yeah, just buy Armlet on any strength hero this patch. You'll be fine.
Smoke up. PuckChamp looking to put some more pressure on here. They get a deep ward down. That's a nice one. That could play some big dividends later. Shara.
Link online.
Jumps out. Able to find him. Finger of Death done. Didn't even need the Sonic Wave. Very, very clean performance from PuckChamp. 10-4 already at 16 minutes in, and they're really just going wherever they want to now.
Yeah, they pretty much can. Well, for a little bit. Lina's BKB is coming out soon. I wonder if they're gonna try syncing that with the Radiance before they do something. Because I think they do need to bring Wraith King into the fights. Lina's not gonna be enough damage. Their supports are incredibly low damage, mainly just because the Enchantress did not go for the Impetus build. Purely defensive here with the creep. So unless Wraith King is there, I think they're gonna really struggle because Lina's damage output until like Silver Edge is not gonna be very high. She needs to work on her survivability first before she goes into damage.
That stun does nothing to Ducalis, just walks it off. And yeah, I mean, they're gonna come in and get the last little bits of creeps that were left off to the side as there's a lag call. Youngji's gonna DC and come back in just a second. I love that. But yeah, it's definitely feeling a little bit scary for them. But you still feel like there's going to be this nice window in the next like BKB timing with the Radiance when this could start to come together a little bit for Mind Games.
Yeah, I mean, I think Radiance plus the BKB are going to be like the big timings for them. After that, their timings are going to get less and less powerful, and they're going to rely more on map positioning and mistakes from PuckChamp, I think, to really get their lead. No game is always over, you know, just because they have a worse draft or on a timer. You could always play better, right? And you can force enemy mistakes and maybe pick off the peel a couple of times or maybe overextends. But as far as their like strong timings go, it's definitely going to be the Radiance on him because like he's not that farmed on peel right now. He's been getting a lot of alone time, which is much needed, but just from the laning stage alone, they've really slowed down this peel's like acceleration at least.
I mean, right now it's, you know, just the health talent pretty much that's his HP pool effectively. It's, you know, getting closer and closer to that mana being completed, and there's more that comes afterwards. Phosphorus Stone picked up for the Quap. Should pass that one over. And yeah, Lion's got it now, so he's also going to be relatively farmed on the Lion. Petashara, jump, finds him up top, relocate coming in, not going to be there quickly enough. They bring in Lina, and now everybody else is just going to get the hell out of here. Dark Rift with a very funky portrait. I have not seen that one before. That's crazy looking.
It's the hat.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
how do I get that?
The Immortal, I don't know. Give Gaben your money.
Yes. Fair. Oh, that was another nice little pick off. I guess the other thing that's interesting is it feels like they're really trying to harp on Petashara, and I don't know if that's mainly because he's in the places where they want to fight, or if they're like intentionally going after the hero that is like the main one that can do things now. What do you think?
It's kind of hard to gank Wraith King when he has his ulti up. It's one of the strengths of the Wraith King carry. You can't really invade his triangle and get a quick kill and get out. So it is just basically that he's just farming like the most dangerous spots on the map, on the Mars. And the Lina and the Wraith King are just too hard and too deep. But I say that, but they're going to go on the Lina now.
Oh, and no relocate for 30. Got to get out, FN. Okay. FN's always looking for a fight. Thought about running back in there, but they call it off for now. The rest of the team was rotating over a bit later.
Yeah, if they jump with Quap at the same time, then they could probably get that kill. But no Sonic Wave. Quap was a bit late, so they had to back up with the IO and the Essence Ring available. Bit tanky on the Lina.
Is that item still really good on IO too?
The Essence Ring? It doesn't work on the tether.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just max HP and not a heal.
Gotcha.
So no, to answer your question.
That's fair. I remember I thought it like used to be or something.
Used to be a heal, so it was like I think you're correct. It used to be like this is a long time ago, right? But
yeah,
I think it used to be a heal, and it was really broken on IO then. Yes.
I need to catch back up on my IO lore. I never play this hero.
Lore?
Yeah, exactly, right? The lore of the builds. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Manta
Radiant's
done now.
done.
Manta and Radiance. So this timing, Manta versus Radiance, favors the Radiance a lot. Like, you still die really easily on PL versus It's just, honestly, the next item, kind of like for PL, decides when he can join the game. And it's going to be the heart. At least I assume, but maybe he's courageous and goes for something else.
They'll find one. It's on Malik. Has the armlet toggles in a moment, but it's not going to be enough. The big charge through onto everybody, the whole freaking team. But do they want to take this fight still? Finger of Death comes out. No more Lina. Astral caught, pushed away. The Radiance burn, trying to chase him down, and they will eventually get that kill. But can they still take this fight with no Lina? Good God's Rebuke. Youngji turns, trying to kill off Bignum. Can they bring him down in time? Ew, Krlat bringing him low. Tries to hide away, do the chappy, and he's going to get out of there. Gets the relocate away. Holy moly. Managed to escape from that one. So a great fight by and large for Mind Games, and might be able to transition this into a tier 1 tower push.
Yeah, catching Underlord is like one of the best tiers they can catch actually right now. This PL is not a huge threat right now, so even if they catch him, having the Firestorm down versus all these strength heroes and the pit and denying that from the fight is good.
Jesu, they turn. Yeah, this is that Firestorm you're talking about, but PL found Disarm though, not able to get the Doppelganger off. Young G finds Bignum again, but not able to get the kill. And now ulti out, Malik trying to escape, will manage to get out of there, but can't take Ducalis with him. And man, what a way to hit a timing. Mind Games knew exactly what they were waiting for.
Yeah, most the Radiance timing, BTB timing, they're really strong. I'm glad they made the move, going for the Roshans. They're doing all the things they need to do to win this game. On PuckChamp's end, I think PL just needs to ignore everything. It's very hard as a carry player, especially like in this meta, mainly why PL isn't that popular, to ignore your team and just do what you gotta do and farm. But these deaths are incredibly bad for PL.
Yeah, because you're talking about like those later timings that you're gonna hit on the side of Mind Games, and those are all like, you know, they're weaker, but only in the context of if PL is still farming the entire time, which he's not right now.
Yeah, and Krlat just naturally as a player is very aggressive. You see him a lot on like Kunkka carries and stuff like that, where he wants to participate. So maybe just forgetting how to be a PL and ignore your team and 1v9 the game.
Right. Well, he's back to it, hitting the triangle. It's like the timeout zone for him. So, yeah. Lovely. But they've got the Aegis now on this Lina, and queuing up the Lincolns next, actually. Pretty close to finishing that one off. So FN still staying super relevant and farmed up in this game. In the meantime, also, Wraith King has finished off his Aghanim Shard, so no more worries about ulti not going off.
Yeah, against the Lion and PL, he absolutely needs it this game. Lincoln's, yeah, I mean, I can see it. If the charge goes on him, the BKB isn't enough to make him survivable. It is gonna mess with his damage output a bit. You generally want to get a damage item after BKB, so he's going like 2 defensive items here. It's gonna slow down his timing a little bit as far as how much damage he outputs. But I guess he has the Wraith King to kind of back him up in that regard.
Yeah. Hopefully for Mind Games, 7 Jesu is going to be brought to the right place by Bignum, since they're sort of just playing together now and ready to relocate in if they do find an opening. As PuckChamp, they've got both Quap and Lion in this side of the map, but it looks like they want to make a big move on Mind Games to try and take this bottom tier 2, possibly? We'll see.
They're
sort
holding
of where
Aegis.
they're headed.
Generally speaking, you want to take tier 2s with the Aegis if you can. And for PuckChamp, I think they're happy as well to like, oh, where'd that kill go into that? Just breaker mid.
Just a blink reveal from Wraith King.
Oh yeah, blink reveal. Okay. I was gonna say, how did he die there? I don't think they can defend.
Oh, that's BKB out. This might be a bit too far forward. Does have Yule Scepter afterwards. Petishara trying to live. They take down Astral. So the relocate comes through, and Petishara is going to live through this one. What a call out from him.
Yeah, I mean, PuckChamp right now, the way I like look at it is like they're playing like they're just so much better than their opponents and not giving them the respect, and they're getting punished pretty hard for it. And
Jump
bottom
up.
PL.
They got him caught. Can they bring him down, though? Needs to be careful. Spear not going to connect onto the right target. Krlat backs away. Very, very well played in that regard. I think that charge is going to be canceled. But in the end, they take the tier 2 tower, don't claim the outpost, but still looking to probably try and keep this momentum going for Mind Games. 4K no gold lead now.
Yeah. Oh, wow. A lot of lag problems from these teams this series. A lot of pauses.
It's the new Immortal from the Underlord. It's too difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I guess.
I will say that it feels like PL games always have a little bit more lag in them than other ones.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, they do.
So, talk to me a little bit about like where you see the next couple of minutes of this game going. Are obviously we just keep talking about like the heart on PL, but what about like map movements with this Aegis, or like, you know, what happens when that one gets reclaimed? What do you think this looks like?
So generally in the first Aegis, you're never gonna go high ground unless like you're really far ahead or have heroes that can push easily. So I think they're just gonna probably do something standard here on Mind Games and just go for the tier 1 top, tier 2, just take as many tier 2s as they can. And on PuckChamp's side, they should use that as like to their advantage and just farm, right? Don't try to defend these towers. Like they try to defend bottom with Quap and Lion. It's really weird. They end up dying, wasting BKB charges. Just don't bother. Just dodge them. Let this Aegis go down. They're not ready to fight into them. Just play for this PL's timing.
Okay. Yeah. It seems to be the way that, you know, is going to be most effective at continued, like, long-term success in this game. Youngji is actually underneath the ward right now. Petushara, ooh, they're going to settle for Ducalis here. Tries to get out, but it's not going to happen. So, would have been nice for them to find the bigger kill onto the Quap, but they'll settle for that Spearbreaker kill.
Yeah, and Mind Game is playing pretty well here, too. They're pushing their limits. They showed top on many heroes. Of course, they have the relocate, but they also were making sure that PuckChamp can't dodge them, right? And that's just generally, like, a good strategy. Like, they showed 4 top, and then they started moving Lina bottom with bots ready, and then Mars just left top, realizing they weren't going to defend, and they just ran to where they were going to dodge them, and they found them. Now back to the tier 2 to finish the job. Now they got a hero kill.
I mean, this is huge. Like, again, 6,000 gold lead, and the Aegis is going to be reclaimed now. Oh, Mind Games. They're tempted. They want to go up there, but probably the better play just to take the safer route. And again, for what this could mean for this organization, think about where they're at right now in the Eastern European DPC Tour 1. They're at the bottom with Empire. If they can win a game here, they can potentially hold off being eliminated and pushed out of Division 1. So this game, incredibly important for them. And likewise for PuckChamp, this is their ticket to the major. They already did the big thing. They took down Virtus Pro. If they lose this one, suddenly that gives an opening to all those other teams that are in hunting for that 3rd spot, as Ducalis is going to go down again.
It's actually funny. Let's see if anything happens here first.
Jesu. Ooh, Sonic Wave. Kralat stunned. Oh, the tether stun hits him there on the other side. Devin Jesu gets the stun off, wants to run him down. Oh, the tether, if he can get around him, will get another round of these stuns. Hides off to the side. Petushara looking for it. Oh, the spear comes a second too late. That would have been the kill. Damn.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there. He had that spear off cooldown. Just held it a bit too long. So Ducalis did an interview right before, because I think they played the last series before the break.
Yeah.
And he said something along the lines in his interview. It's like, we'll see after the break, whoever ends up drinking less during the break,
yeah,
will have the advantage in this series. You know where I'm going with that. I don't know. Maybe they're a little hungover right now.
Some crazy stuff happened. They're playing the early game in the morning. FN looking for an opening. Guess who he finds? Is there enough spear to the... Oh, no, it didn't connect, but they still get the kill. Oh, Young G. Dude, a DD rune sealing his fate. That's wild. Fear, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, they still have PL, right? He's almost got this heart. Does that change things, or has it gone too far now? Oh my god.
And now that they're high ground, it's a bit hard. Right?
Okay.
Underlord's not set up to defend. This is just going to be a barracks.
They might be able to go for more afterwards. Mind Games coming in, trying to shock the world a little bit here and take this game number 1. PL is still out farming. I mean, he's got the heart now, gonna TP back home. This is the moment they've been waiting for, but it just comes a couple of minutes too late. And now the stun afterwards, they got the root, not gonna connect onto the right PL. Kryllat saving himself for the moment, but still so much freaking HP on these big tanky cores of Mind Games, and they're gonna get away scot-free. Well, not except for Slayer. Wait, or they go back in? PL caught? Tether stun maybe? No, not gonna connect. Oh, chasing for more. Youngji BKB. PuckChamp, they feel like they have to find something here, but if they chase too far, Lina's on the case. Get out.
I mean, getting the heart on Peel, and there obviously is like a timer in this game, and you can still win on PuckChamp, but the gold lead can't be like insurmountable to the point where Peel can't even go in because there's just so many items right now on Mind Games. So they still need to drag the game out, but not just by farming now. They need to find positions to win team fights and pick off heroes.
I guess getting these other neutral items too, maybe they can find something there that will help them out a little bit. But yeah, it's looking very scary. I mean, everybody's got items now. You're damn near close to a freaking holy locket on the Enchantress too. Roche is back up. It was a relatively quick spawn. Can't give this one up.
The shard, which would be good for Laguna Blade. Here comes AoE. Yeah, that's pretty good. Mars Spear, that's good too. But we'll see who gets
in the area. They want to fight this. Roche, very, very low down now. About half HP. Big smoke up coming from Mind Games. They want to try and find an opening here.
Oh, I like this. They're going through mid lane. I'd like to see them wrap up with an Observer Ward. This would be amazing.
Can they do it? Kryllat, he just got his shard completed as well. PuckChamp, it feels like they have an idea that this is coming.
Yeah, they just swap sides.
Malik, the one that gets caught. BKB out immediately. Good reaction. Root now onto 2. Charge. Ducalis tries to find Bigum. They couldn't get the LSA, but he gets tether stunned. Oh my god, it's been so clutch this game. Malik, no BKB left now. Astral on the other side. Can't really help out his team and doesn't have a blink. Just wants to hide. Don't see me, please. Bignum spots him there to the side and eventually gets killed. Sonic Wave won't be enough. The buyback from Astral, but I think it's all too much at this point. Mind Games going to claim this Aegis and gets the shard to boot. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really hard now for PuckChamp to take these engagements. They're not finding, like, the clean engagements. The Underlord is always getting jumped first. And that's, like, really what they don't need right now. And back in their base they go.
And
but the high ground they come.
FN, he's got a DD still. Beaten into him. They'll wait a second as the tier 3 tower, last one left to be claimed. Kryllat gonna try and stop this as much as possible. Bignum comes through with the charge, wants to connect, looking for a kill. They're jumping on him with Young Ji as well, relocating him, trying to pull Bignum out of here. And it looks like he is going to actually survive through it. Charge, second round of it, super duper low on Bignum, but he's not dying. Finally gets brought down, but it's cost him a lot to commit all the way in for this one. As they turn, Slayer trying to back out. Kryllat, he's doing a lot of damage. The PL burning through all of the mana, and they will take down the Wraith King one time. Can they do it again? Malik's still there, gonna get stunned, trying to armlet toggle. The stun there, 7 Jesu, brought down super low. Can they kill him off in time? Yes, they will. Lina in the backlines has been doing so much damage. The silence comes out. They take down Pedushara now. And a second follow-up. They find Lina again. Stun is there, broke the Lincolns already. And the chase down gonna be fully committed. FN dead. They do have Aegis. Tier 4 towers is still taking damage while all this is going on. But in the end, it will be enough to take down 4. PuckChamp, they're not done yet.
No, that was huge. If FN didn't die there, I would say that was okay because they used a couple buybacks to defend there, but FN had no mana and he was kind of like in an awkward spot of like, do I help you guys? So he came back with like, you know, 1 stun available and tried to help out a little bit. And he ended up killing the Underlord, but he ended up dying twice for that play instead of just being like, okay, they bought back. Let's cut our losses here and let's get back with the Aegis. So it's a hard call to make, but he came back, and him dying there was really, really big for PuckChamp coming back into this game. Now I feel like going high ground is going to be a little scarier. This PL is getting larger. He does have the shard. He's getting closer to that Scotty now, and if he does get more and more items and they continue at this pace, one more team fight, I feel like they could feel like they're on even footing, even though they're down a couple barracks this year.
Right, and the levels definitely are the ones that have caught up a ton. That's one of the biggest things I feel like, and now holding on to both of those outposts as well. You know, we're getting close to a Shiva's Guard being completed on Quap. Granted, all of this can come, you know, shattering down with one bad fight outside their base, but PuckChamp, at least for now, a couple signs of life like you're talking about. So we'll see what the response is for Mind Games. Again, pivotal match for them, trying to stay in Division 1 at this point, and well, they're getting queued up to start heading down top again. I mean, what's the play for them? Do you think they try and just run at them again, or do you wait for the next Roche?
You definitely do not just run at them again. I think that is going to be an amateur mistake. I think they look to kill Quap, and they look to kill Breaker and play the map, because if they manage to kill one of those 2 heroes that bought back, that'll be a huge window where they can do something. But if they just run down the top lane, those 2 heroes are going to stay back, and they're going to bait their Underlord, and they're going to use another buyback to win another fight. And
oh my god,
mid lane.
They caught FN. This is really bad if they can bring her down in time. Lina very low. FN getting out. Invis just barely able to escape. Oh my god, FN. That was spooky. Sebajetsu in the area trying to stop all this pressure that's coming in. The relocate will take them away. And in the meantime, I think that should do it. FN got home. God, that would have been devastating.
Yeah, for sure. Looks like they're grouping up. They want to play on their vision here. But who can they kill? I guess they do have Arena. But FN is in no shape to fight. He doesn't want to fight until BKB's up pretty much on every occasion.
Trying to get towards that MKB. And I guess we're seeing some of the problems that you were talking about of needing to go for that Lincolns. Is like, you know, in the past, you would maybe have seen a Lina with a Satanic or something up at that point, or an MKB already done and could have stayed and just stood in that fight and maybe brought back up to full, but in that case had to run away.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great on Lina have to buy 2 defensive items, but first and foremost with Lina, you just kind of have to, like, doing damage is a factor of staying alive, right? So you can't do damage unless you're alive. And in this game, there's just so much that can get on top of her. She needed to build 2 defensive items.
Where's that flicker? Oh my god, it's on the ground by the Roche pit. Oh no!
Oh wow,
Dyer lost the flicker. Yeah. Oh, that hurts.
You never know. You see items like this in these pro, especially because if you look here, the tree is like kind of covering it. But
yeah.
Unless you scroll up, you can't really see it, so it might just stay there for the rest of the game.
That's crazy. Man, flicker also against this lineup would have been great. Get you out of, you know, a root or something, maybe.
I don't think you can use them during roots. I've tried that.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah,
okay,
flicker is not usable while rooted. I thought it would be like really OP versus like Ember, right? Like, oh, this is great, but like I couldn't use it during roots, so
very
not the greatest versus roots, but good versus co-op for sure. Get that Shadow Strike off.
Yeah. What else do we have? The PuckChamp lineup has only been able to get a leveler so far. And
PuckChamp is just like gonna play a game of chicken here and just like.
She got it. Oh, good job, FN. What a player.
Play of the game right there. So they're just gonna camp this high ground a bit here. Oh, this is a little from Krillot.
Whoa. Glimmered. Trying to live. They don't have vision down. Ducalis is in very deep. Sonic Wave comes out a second later. Bignum's still living through it, but look at Kralat. He's down so low. Trying to walk out of that one. 7 Jesu. Ooh, wait, needs to come back to the Uber. Can they get him out of there? Kralat escapes just barely by the skin of his teeth. Yo, that's a wild play. That's crazy.
That was absolutely insane. They have like this perfect vision here. Just wait for him to come on you, and you can like go like under vision. But he just chased him on PL. He's really feeling himself right now. You can tell with that play.
Yeah. Full Scotty done. I guess that they knew that they could get out with Underlord ulti, but still, now with no Spirit Breaker, oh my god, with just no Spirit Breaker, is that enough for Mind Games to take high ground?
It's something.
I mean, they're trying. Ben, Rain Tracks takes a lot of damage. They go back in for round 2.
I mean, they got to deal with this cancer now. PL Underlord, it's kind of hard to push into.
It's 2,500 HP. Yeah.
I don't blame them for backing. Like, going into this pit plus like this kind of like split shot sphere, it's really difficult.
Well, 17 to 23 and 12,000 gold separating, or 13,000 gold, excuse me, separating these teams. What else was that? That was a tome right now. So Lena trying to get that level 25 unlocked and is going to get it now.
Is she the only 25 then?
I think so. Pop is almost there.
Yeah. We're getting to the late game.
Attack range over the Laguna Blade cooldown. Okay. Makes sense given the build.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Bignum. Text. Yule Scepter lift up afterwards. Arena down. Out from the outside. They're going to find him again. Ducalis goes down. Astral goes down. FN took them both down. And now the rest of PuckChamp going to be brought back home, but this is a long Roche respawn. That's big for PuckChamp.
Unless they just go for your base.
That's a fair point. Yeah, okay.
But they didn't. Like, I guess they don't know the supports don't have buyback.
Right.
Oh, he does have buyback. All right, buyback just got back on Spirit Breaker. Lion just does not have the gold, so they didn't have the read. They're gonna try it anyway, though.
Lion might actually soon. He's got that Philosopher's Stone, so it's ticking up pretty quickly. He's 100 and bit away.
I think it's gonna take too long.
Yeah. So FN jumps in. Silence is out there. A lot of damage into 7 Jesu. Can they armlet toggle and keep him alive? Surviving through this ulti is big. Yeah, they're even gonna pop the mech to make sure it doesn't pop. Okay. Range racks down. They're 2,200 HP away from Megas.
Yeah, that is something they changed about Wraith King like semi-recently as well. Losing that ulti at level 3 now does still matter. It went from like 40 to 60 seconds, I believe, so
yeah,
it does have a bit of a cooldown. It's just before, I remember the 40-second one. It's like, oh, you're dead. I'm coming back soon anyway.
Right.
Almost didn't matter if you died.
You gotta see the Octarine build. That's the dream.
That's the grief.
Yeah, there it is. That's fair. Look, guys, I can die more. It's wonderful.
Yeah. I can be like the old Wraith King, but do no damage.
It's perfect. Let's see, 40 seconds until Roche. So both teams are going to know that this is back up at this point when it respawns, because it's almost the max time. And in the meantime, PuckChamp, they've got to keep these other side lanes pushed out. And overwhelming blink done. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. You don't want to get rid of the blink, so he's just going to upgrade it. Normally you go Swift Blink, but versus Peel, I think he's thinking just more AoE damage could be useful.
Walks up, jumps in, finds one. Devin Jesu hoping to do some more. He's brought down super low right now. The Hex on the other side for the Enchantress, and actually heals him back up. The ulti doesn't pop yet. Young G just dead. Buys back immediately afterwards. Malik BKB gonna wear off soon. On the other side, they've got control over that PO. Kralat backs away, and he's able to armor toggle and get away from the freaking finger, but a good jump in from Young G. Another buyback coming. So they've got the Spirit Breaker coming back in just a moment. That is Shara trying to run away with those spider legs. Young G, second round, charge comes through. No, he breaks it. Contribute, stopping that one. But he's able to get out with the rest of them. So the relocate saves, but oh, they catch Slayer on the back end of this one. This is actually a huge timing right here for PuckChamp because they're going to get the IO on the back foot of this. And Roche is up.
Yeah, they're gonna... I don't know, like, IO bought back, but Mars also has to buy back. But then they still have no inch, so this is still favoring PuckChamp if they do want to go this.
They've got the Centaur creep hiding. They're ready.
The base, though, is actually... This is not good.
Oh, no. Yeah, they got to go deal with this. Seven Justice pinging it. I don't know if they realized on PuckChamp. They do now. Oh, man, that's huge. Oh, and that sets them up. Mind games. Oh, with the base in shambles. They got to hold off without all of their teammates. Ducalis was able to push it out. The strength of the Spirit Breaker push. Insane. But still, there's another creep wave that's coming in. And Young G's going to have to go back and try and defend against this one. Man.
I think Spirit Breaker should just be on base, dude, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
He pushed this really slow, but I think that doesn't really matter right now. What really truly matters is this Roshan. There was 4 buybacks used, I think, in that fight. It was Quap for sure, and I think Spirit Breaker again, and then Io and Mars bought back, so I guess we could just check through the tab as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got it.
There's
PL.
There's gonna be no buybacks for this fight for both sides if the wrong hero gets hit.
Dodge trying to take down the Vision. Not getting it yet. Got it finally. Still, Observer Ward there for Mind Games. There's a big creep wave that's coming in after this next one with catapults to boot. But can they slow this down enough before then? Roche down to half HP. Again, Krlat is the be-all, end-all at this point with Scotty done, having that heart ready, has 5,000 gold on top of it. And you can see Young G is actually going to be the one that pushes out this bottom wave again. There's nothing to TP to on the other side.
Yeah. Slayer just took out a smoke, and I think that's their last smoke. So they want to make something happen. I think Young G realizes that they need to get the lanes pushed out a bit further. So they have 2 choices. Either the Breaker just sits there forever and defends and charges in when a fight happens, or they push the lanes out and they just try to get a jump. But here comes the smoke.
They
Coming
showed
from
Quap
a very
and immediately
obvious
decide to
angle.
go. They immediately decide to go in as soon as they stop Quap bottom. Go in, take down the Vision. Seven Jesu backs away. Quap's back with the team now. Mind Games, they got to retreat.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. They saw Quap bottom, they want to go, but they went from such an obvious angle that, like, it's really hard to get a jump there unless you do a blind jump. And
Right.
they opted to see someone first before jumping on the Mars, and it was too late by then. They were just like, oh, okay, we're just going to back up now, and Mind Games are just completely in the dark. So no more smokes, which means highly likely the standoff at the Roche pit might last a bit longer.
That's fair. Now, Seven Jesu's in there. PL Illusions versus Skeletons. One of those is definitely going to come out stronger. And also have the constant spam of the Doppelganger Illusion. Not quite level 25 yet on Krlat. Ben looking for an opening, but can't quite find one. I mean, being able to take away that vision from that area right there is actually pretty nice for Mind Games.
Yeah, for
Not,
sure.
I think the only vision that PuckChamp has is PL Illusions at this point.
There are a lot of them.
It's fair.
The only concern he has at this point, I suppose, is mana.
Go
He's
into the
getting
pit.
low on the mana.
Has to be careful. Roche is dropping very quickly. They jump in Youngji, BKB, but Jesu, he gets the Aegis. What else is there left on the deck? Cheese on the Quap. Meanwhile, the run in, who are they going to find? Oh, they got the Ags also on Wraith King. So the rest of them get away with the ulti coming out from the Underlord.
All right.
So Aegis Ags.
Yep. Glad to see that standoff to be done. Sometimes those Roche standoffs can last way too long.
Right.
They got the cheese on the Quap though, so that's something.
True.
And now I think both teams are kind of eyeballing buybacks here.
Yeah, they don't have any on Dire at the moment. They're like very close too, just a couple hundred gold away.
Well, it's like, do they want to take the gamble? Because they don't have buybacks on Radiant either. So if they feel like now is their opening to push when there's no buybacks on Radiant, it could be a window of opportunity. But adversely, if they mess it up, they're gonna, they're gonna lose barracks in return. Right. So it's really just a gamble if they want to do this, and they feel like their power spike is a bit stronger than PuckChamp's here, and it should be with the acquisition of this Ags plus Aegis.
They also have Leveler on the Wraith King, so he is like ready to jump in there. I think he wallops this rack so quickly.
Yeah, but Io and Mars are the heroes that can't die in this fight. They're the ones without the buyback. Inch is close, right? So even if she dies and she has a creep alive, she might be able to finish farming up that 400 gold.
Yeah.
But it looks like they don't want to take the risk. They're just going to play it safe, wait for buybacks. But at the same time, that means PuckChamp is also going to have probably 5 buybacks by that time. And you're going to be pushing into another one of these fights where there's going to be 2 to 3 to 5 buybacks on PuckChamp.
The smoke now. Are they going to take the risk? They walk in, they spot him. Hello, hello. Broken, but not caught. They didn't get the right one, and now Mind Games have to back out. These smokes just not working for them.
They just don't have that instant stun, Like, even though they see them, like, Mars has to be, like, so fast with this Yule's combo. If he doesn't do that, they don't have, like, a Lion Hex, They don't have, like, a Bane Grip. They don't have, like, some ease of execution or low committal stun that can just catch heroes.
Right. Ducalis tries to get out. No dust on FN. Means that he will escape perfectly fine. And more bounty runes for Mind Games, more outposts being held for them. They are going to keep on building this lead if time just wears on and they have access to the whole jungle.
Are you doing it? Oh, madman. Young G has decided,
whoa,
no buyback for me. It's available, but I don't need it. I'm just going to buy a Refresher Orb. He's
That's
going
crazy.
For style points.
I mean, to be fair, we also see a Refresher on Mars. I don't know the last time I've seen that one. It's kind of cool.
I mean, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But is it better than just coming back and being alive twice? Do you want to use your spells twice, or do you want to be alive twice?
Yeah.
It might pay off as long as she doesn't get caught first. If she gets caught first with this itemization, then she'll be kicking herself for this, but we'll see.
Gonna play almost like just solo the Ench with double Sonic Wave. Io, much different story. Currently sitting on 3,100 HP for the little ball of light. Oh, jumps in. He gets hexed. He gets controlled. He's in some trouble. Io trying to keep him alive. Desu turning now. Still taking a ton of damage out there. Petashara backs out. The charge is through onto Io, but no follow-up damage. They take him down once. They do have relocate ready if things get a little bit too dicey. Second round, the Refresher is out. They still haven't hit in this Rax at all, but they take down Malik. Buyback comes now from that Underlord. Sonic Wave out. Round 1. Can they do enough here damage to take him down? Yes, the Io goes down. And they have the Ag Scepter on the Wraith King, but the Glyph afterwards, they're keeping it alive. They're not getting the Rax. Charge. They've still got one more life left on this Wraith King. He turns, wants to hit it down, but the control is there. 400 HP, but they don't have enough. Oh, he's coming back to life, though. And in death, he will claim what he couldn't in life. The Wraith King, they'll get megas.
That was a very value Aghanims on the Wraith King there. Like, if they wouldn't have got that barracks, I would think that was like a complete like disaster. But with the barracks, they're gonna spend some buybacks. It's still like there's a window here for PuckChamp for sure. Mars has no buyback, and they're gonna at the bare minimum force the buybacks for them here. Yeah, he's 23 gold away. He's actually really close to buyback, so they're gonna have all buybacks. Yeah. So if they defend here, they just kind of need to play the game out and play with their megas.
All right. So just now, he's going to tick over into that gold, buys back immediately as soon as it comes through. FN on the other side. They're ready for some buybacks in a second. Wraith King would love to be able to hold on to his, but I don't know if they're going to give him that opportunity right now. Crimson Guard on these structures. They turn now. Laguna Blade, Young G living. Not going to be able to fully bring him down, but Krlat not willing to go away. Ducalis comes in. In Mind Games, you got to be careful here. If they do lose this fight, it can all come tumbling down. Creep waves are pushing in from both of the side lanes, and it looks like with that realization, PuckChamp, they're going to retreat back home and deal with that pressure. But they got mid, at least the melee racks.
Yeah, I mean, that took a lot of resolve to hold that Wraith King buyback and just give up a barracks. Wraith King's buyback is worth more than one barracks, so I'm glad they were able to, like, hold that for as long as possible.
Dude, this co-op build is awesome. Refresher, Dagon 3 with an E-Blade.
Yeah, I mean, I was told about this build a couple of weeks ago. I think it was popular in C, where they were going the Dagon plus Shard E-Blade build. So it is meta, as weird as it sounds. It is meta at this point.
Yeah.
But it is very fun to watch.
I mean, how much burst damage is that with the Refresher? That's like
He probably
several
does
thousand.
Close to like 3,000 to 4,000 for sure.
That's crazy.
He can, if he blows everything, he can kill Io for sure.
Okay. And you think that's the main target?
It's a big one, yeah. I think it's a really big target. Like, Lina and Mars are great targets too, but with BKBs, he relies on like lockdown for that to happen. Whereas like, he could just jump on the IO and just burst him at any point.
I am a little surprised to see that IO went for the attack allied tether's target, whatever words.
Yeah.
Instead of the 900 health.
I think he has dreams of scaling, you know. I think he wants to get that heart, expected to get a little bit more farm on his way to Deso, tether up to that Lina, and just like really be doing some damage. But didn't really work out that way, and I think at this current point in time, having the HP would be better. But if this game goes on and he does get to that heart plus like a Deso, he'll become like an additional carry.
So you gotta tell me, do you think the rapier is enough for Krlat? Like, does this do enough for them to win this game? Granted, there's a chance we could also get to the 60-minute items pretty soon here.
Yeah, I mean, the rapier doesn't allow him to just like have a clear win condition. It's just a supplemental like thing where he does more damage on their initiations. They need to do the same thing, in my opinion. They need to play off buybacks, or they need to play around vision to get a good jump, right? They can't just walk into like Mind Games territory. They're still up 20k on Mind Games. They're really strong.
But for Megas, it's crazy. It feels like it should be more than that almost in a way.
Yeah, I mean, they just died too much in the base, right? Just gave that gold back. Like, these Megas, these were not clean Megas, right? They really had to work for them.
Right.
And
ooh, an Underlord. Jumps.
Oh.
Not able to find him. What? That was crazy.
Yeah.
Jump in afterwards. Oh my god. Oh, what's happening here? Oh, geez.
I wish I could tell you. I can't analyze this one. Some mistakes are happening. I thought Lion would hex the Marser for sure.
Are they really trying to force this fight? Do call us BKB afterwards? I think they're just trying to force more BKBs because Wraith King used his. But won't be able to get any more after.
This is just like the 60-minute jitters, you know. This is sloppy.
Yeah.
From both sides, this is just very sloppy.
I mean,
like,
the thing
that's yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say the thing that's so interesting to me about this is normally when we get mega creeps, it's like one team stuck in their base and then the other team just farming everything. But like, PuckChamp still are very much out on the map.
Yeah, for sure. Underlord is doing a great job. They have a lot of lane shove, right? Which gives them the freedom to be able to do this. Bots too on the Underlord, you see, he's just taking care of like these lane creeps down here, and he can always port back to like help in the team fights. So because he has bots too on Underlord, they're able to stay on the map while defending.
He also has that atrophy 50% allied bonus which is one of the weirdest, buggiest talents ever. If I remember right, there's something weird where like you don't actually get the damage that he has, but you have to be there and receiving the buff when he's like receiving the buff as well, or something like that.
I have not
very
seen
strange.
enough of this hero to even know how that mechanic works, unfortunately.
It's a very funky one.
I don't remember last time I saw level 25 Underlord.
Slayer, first one to get gone on. Trying to find an opening. Astral mega dead. Buys back immediately. Petushar, BKB out. Ducalis also. Great pit. Sonic Wave comes out. Trying to blow up one. They get him. Io dead. Now Malik still being brought down very low. It's eventually going to die. No buyback for him. Seven Jesu turns now. Trying to take down Krillette. Gets the doppelganger off of Petushara. Eyes on the prize. Finds the PL and kills him as well. No buyback for 50 seconds, but the blink away. And Astral also in some trouble now. Throws out that Hex. But does he have anywhere else left to go? It doesn't look like it. So he too will fall. So 3 heroes dead, no buyback. They will have it relatively soon off the timer, but I'm not sure if it's going to be soon enough. Nope, GG, they're done.
Yep,
damn. Unreal. What a way for that one to end.
Yeah, I mean, mind games came to play. I think PuckChamp, from what I've seen in general, they seem to struggle with hard carries. So, like, they want to be aggressive. PL is trying to be aggressive. So whenever they play a hard carry, it feels like they don't hit their timings. So it was a good PL game, but maybe for PuckChamp, they stick to their bread and butter and play, like, the Razors, the Kunkos. Like, it seems to work and mesh a bit better for this team. But all props to Mind Games. They played really well this game, especially off coming a big break, right?
Yeah. Would you give MVP in that one to FN, or do you have, I guess, Petushara? But he was also, that was like the role that he was filling, was the role he needed to be.
Yeah, I think FN played really well, and I think honestly the IO played really well too for me. Between those two,
Good old big no. That's fair. Well, we'll see what ends up happening. Still a lot of Dota to be played. A surprise result in game number 1 as far as what we're expecting going into it. But for now, we're going to go to a quick break. We get back, the panel's going to break down all the action. We'll see you then.